Fellas, in today's video, we're going to be covering the 10 best Lord icons in Marvel Rivals. With 37 heroes to choose from at this current moment, only 10 are going to make the cut. And who knows, are you wasting your time on a main who doesn't have a cool icon? Let's see if it makes the top 10. To start off, and maybe I'm a little biased, that is going to be with Adam Warlock. Now, Adam Warlock, to get Lord, honestly, not that hard. You do have to be somewhat decent with your ultimate to get the revives in, but for the most part it's very simple to do. Now for his basic icon, I'm sure you've seen it before. It doesn't actually look that bad, but with the Lord icon, look at that thing. That's a beautiful Lord icon. Again, I know I might be a little bit biased on that one. I wouldn't say it's the very best, but I've seen some of these other icons and this one is easily in the top 10. Now for number 9, I wasn't sure on how I wanted to do this as they both kind of fit, but that is going to be with Bruce Banner and Cloak and Dagger. With Bruce Banner, I guess I'm going to show you Cloak and Dagger. With Cloak and Dagger, we have Cloak and Dagger. So with the Lord icon, it will switch depending on who is out. Right now it's just showing Dagger, but when they switch over to Cloak, so will the icon. That's the same thing with Bruce Banner and Hulk. Right now, he starts off with this as your basic icon for when you're the Hulk, which you'll spend most of your time. But when you are Banner, even in the scores page, it will show Banner or Hulk. And that's the same thing with the Lord icon. They both get their own Lord icon, which I think is pretty cool. And they actually look really good, which is why they're at number 9. Both of them together for that reason. At number 8, now we have Hela. Now, I'm not a big fan of Hela in the series in general. Nothing against her as a character in game, but their Lord icon, I think is primarily the yellow outline that really sets it apart. I don't think I've seen a Lord Hela before, now that I think about it, but it looks really sick. You also have a crow in the bottom of it. It's big, it stands out. If I saw one in my lobby, I would just assume I'm going to get picked off across the map, and it's really badass. Now, for the next step, another really cool one is with Iron Man. His basic actually is kind of boring. I will not lie on that. But the Lord icon, oh, that Lord icon looks good. I like that they kept the angle on it the same. While I was going through these, some of them drastically changed the angling of where the Lord icon visually takes place, and that really dampens them. This one is great. He's shooting off his blaster. And again, I know I'm going to keep saying it, but it's really good looking. Now, just as a general, for anytime you come across someone that does have a Lord icon, and especially for those who in the pregame lobby go through like 9 different characters with their Lord icons, just because you have a Lord icon doesn't mean that person is good with that character. With this Iron Man, and what sparked the idea of this video was in general how cool this Lord icon actually is. But the person who I saw using said Lord icon, they weren't actually that good of an Iron Man. They weren't bad by any means. Now next up, I kind of do hate to say it, but we have Moon Knight. His basic icon it's not bad. It's not bad. But his Lord icon, I think the reason why I don't like it is because I don't like Moon Knight. I don't quite like this Lord icon, but I know that it's a good looking Lord icon, if that makes sense. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's bad. The changes between the two, the lighting, the different coloring, it really makes all of the difference. Not much else to say with it. Visually, it is appealing, and that is what the point of the video is about. Now, where's the boy? Here we are. Then we have Jeff. His general icon is very cute. It's very fun. I didn't know Jeff was a character until this game, but his Lord icon, oh, that's cute. I think it's just because it's brighter and the little bit of yellow that really like makes it pop. It just looks like a happier version. It almost looks like something that if you were to buy a costume in the store, this would come with it. It looks like a spray over a Lord icon. I know it looks realistic, I guess, but it looks kind of dull, his basic icon. And I think that's why his bright and more vibrant Lord icon is so much better. And one of the best things about it, and I know I said earlier that just because they have a Lord doesn't mean they're good. When you play against someone who has put in a decent amount of time in on their Jeff, you will feel that. So I definitely have not seen a Jeff Lord icon before, and I'm a little bit worried for when I do. But what really gulls me is seeing the KO prompt in my feed when I die, because there's nothing quite like having your whole team spit off the map and then just seeing this pop up. Depending on how petty or how fun the Jeff is, sometimes they just throw themselves off too. Well, it does suck to be swallowed. I honestly can't help but still liking Jeff anyways. It's annoying, but I think he gets a pass and a bonus just because he is really darn cute. Now we have the amazing Spider-Man. His basic icon, boring. But the Lord icon, with the Spidey sense going off, the burst of yellow, looks like he's attacking. This is a badass icon. This should have been his icon to start with, and he should have an even cooler Lord icon. And I think the reason why this Lord icon is very good is because the bar was very, very low to start with, which makes this really good in comparison. But even with that statement, doesn't change the fact that it is still a good Lord icon. His basic was just really poor. But again, this is the same thing with Jeff. When I see someone with this, I just assume that I'm in for a rough game if they are not on my team. If they are on my team, well, that's the other 50% of the time where if you see someone with the Lord icon, that doesn't mean they're good. In this case, that Spider-Man on my team is probably not going to be good. Of course, I'm joking. Anyways, next. Now this is a new one. You might not have seen his Lord icon before. So let's start with his basic. It's basic. It looks like he went to school and had a photo done for photo day. It looks like one of those cards you get that open up to a 3D photo. It looks like a wall decoration. It looks like a paperweight. Anyways, the Lord icon. This is a Chad. This is someone who's having a good time, looks over, sees someone taking a photo, and just lets out the biggest smile of his life. He knows what's up. This is a man in charge. This is a great Lord icon. This is easily top 3 Lord icon, and I feel like that's going to be for the entirety of the game. This is a Chad Lord icon, and I cannot wait to see these more. Now this one almost feels obligatory. Basic, cool, whatever. Winter Soldier, yay Bucky. But the Lord icon, the red pop. I don't think we've seen any other Lord icons like that. Let me change things up. I don't think I played against anyone or with anyone who had a Lord Bucky that wasn't insanely good. I don't know what kind of ringers the Buckies have to go through in order to get Lord. I now know what type of ringer the Buckies have to go through to get Lord, and that's why their aim is so darn good. Honestly, if you have a Lord Bucky, hey, hats off to you. But without the glazing aside, it's really sick. He looks, I can't think of a PG way to say this. He looks like he's going to deal some serious damage, and just from every single time I played against a Lord Bucky, he's going to do some serious damage. And now lastly, for the best Lord icon, and it's not because I happen to also play Venom. This was my opinion on it even before I played Venom. That is going to be the Venom Lord icon. His basic, actually, it's kind of cool. It's a pretty cool basic. But that Lord icon, out of all the Lord icons you see, you don't think that this one is the number one? You're lying to yourself. This is easily the best Lord icon currently in the game, and you don't see a ton of Venom players either, although I think that will change from this most recent update. But this has to be without a doubt the best Lord icon. This is intimidating, this is scary. And Venom is kind of like Spider-Man in that sense, where you are going to get dived on, and if you can learn to play your Venom right, oh, they're such a fierce thing to deal with. But I will tell you this, I think a lot of people don't quite know how to play with a Venom, and I think a good amount of people don't know how to play Venom properly, at least in the middle ranks at the moment. I think I've seen 1, maybe 2 Lord icons for Venom in general, but I got through bronze, I got through silver, got through gold. I'm in plat at the moment. Haven't seen anyone with the Lord Venom. So maybe at the higher ranks, that's where they're all sitting. Now this is totally offhand and not related to the Lord icon per se. But the KO prompt, that's the basic. I think this is my favorite KO prompt because the symbol changes to the spider. This one, It's cool. I like that it's more fierce, but I like the subtlety of this one. Maybe I just like Venom a lot. Anyways, and that's a wrap on this top 10 Lord Icon video. Tell me, did yours make it in the top 10? If not, leave it in the comments below. Maybe I'm just a little tired and I need a refresher on what really should have been in that top 10. And hey, hit that like button if you're still watching, subscribe for more videos like this if you haven't already, and stay tuned for the next one.